Do we really get wiser as we grow older? I don't know. Let's talk about it. I'm Michelle from Mascara to Midnight. Are we wiser? Do we know better? Have we learned from the mistakes we made when we were younger? Today I'm doing a collab with two more mature ladies. I'm gonna link them below. Please go pay them a visit. Let me introduce you to Shelly from Geek Out of Water. Shelly is a new friend of mine, but I have had fun watching her videos and getting to know her a little bit better. I think you're gonna like her too. Shelly has an awesome playlist about skincare ingredients and products, morning and evening skincare. You're going to want to check that out. She really goes into detail about all the ingredients, all the things that you need.
Hello world, Shelly here, and I've had a few requests on how I do my brows. And since the last time I did a brow video, I do my brows completely differently, so I figured might as well give you guys a quick little look at how I put my brows together.
Don't worry if you don't have brows like Shelly, because we can be jealous of our brows together. This is Rebecca. Her channel name is Rebecca Lynn Oberstadt. Am I saying that right, Rebecca? Let us know in the comments if I'm saying that correctly. I've known Rebecca for a while from Twitter. We talk all the time on Twitter.
This purpley silver shade gleaming, which is oh so beautiful. It's like a gold and a bubblegum pink mixed, and then Mesmerize.
Rebecca regularly does swatches of the latest palettes, something I literally never do. So I enjoy watching hers. I know you will too. She also does lots of beautiful makeup looks, and wow, I'm always blown away by her skills because I have zero. We're talking today about
things that used to bother us when we were younger that don't bother us anymore.
The very first thing I want to talk about is gray hair. I want you to have a looky right here. I have a wild 3-year-old. He's been working really hard to give me all this gray hair, and I'm really, really happy with it. But when I was younger, I never wanted gray hair. I thought that I would color my hair forever. I used to have a lot of fun coloring my hair different colors, but as it got darker, I thought to myself, never, 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 never gonna love the gray. And now here I am, 46, wishing I had an entire head of gray hair. Tell me below if you have gray hair and what your thoughts on gray hair are. For or against? I would love to see how many for and against we have. I used to hate having my picture taken. When I look back on my teens, my early adulthood, there were almost no pictures of me because I was not happy with who I was. Girl, I was about that big, and I still didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I still felt fat, and you know how it goes. You may have been there yourself. So I didn't want pictures taken, ever. I never wanted pictures taken. I have an occasional one where I got dressed up and I had some makeup on and I had a cute outfit on. But overall, there just aren't any. And as I've gotten older, that has changed so drastically. Because even in my early 30s, I wasn't big on having my picture taken. And listen, I am never going to be okay with the selfies for Instagram. I'm on Instagram, but I'm never comfortable doing a selfie. I always feel stupid. I don't think it's because I hate the way I look. I think it's because I'm 46 years old and this is relatively new. I mean, really and truly, when I was 20, the internet was just barely getting started. I don't want to be the center of attention. I sure don't want to be the center of a photo. But these days, I really make an effort to be in the pictures with the family, at the gatherings, with the kids, and lots of photos just by myself.
I don't like it.
But my kids are going to look back. I'm going to look back. Everyone wants to see me in my glory when I was 46. When I'm 60, I'm going to think I was fabulous at 46.
My kids are going to want to look at the 3 million pictures I took for Instagram.
And see their mom, whom they loved. So I get in those pictures. Get in them. If you're not doing that, get in them. Bossy, get in those pictures. I used to hate Botox. When I was in my 20s, I was so special that I was never going to get Botox. I was never going to need it. Botulism toxin in my face? No, never. And guess what? I got chronic migraines. I tried everything, and I finally had a doctor say, well, let's try Botox. You've tried everything else. Let's try Botox. And I was scared and nervous then, and I really didn't want to do it. One of the reasons I didn't want to do it is because that old Michelle said, never going to do Botox. And so the new, older, wiser Michelle was having a hard time with that younger Michelle. But I went ahead and did it. I did see a little bit. I went back and I did it more. And then I started getting it in the shoulders. And then I started getting the entire Botox treatment. And my migraines pretty much went away. So then I was sold on Botox. And the byproduct of using it, this isn't just about migraines, is that my lines went away. At first I didn't care about that, but then once the migraines were gone, I could start caring more about the lines being gone too. And then last year, I got Botox for my crow's feet, and I'll link that video for you right there. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I haven't had a chance to go get it done again because it has definitely worn off, but it was definitely amazing. So I'm no longer against Botox, and any day now I'm gonna do some fillers. I used to hate being pale. I've always been very, very light-skinned, and I used to hate it with a passion. I spent every single day I went to a tanning bed for years. I used to work at a fitness center called Curves. Is Curves still around? And I used to go in the tanning bed every day before I went to work. I'd do 30 minutes or something ridiculous because I couldn't stand being pale. Even right before I got married, which was a long time ago, I was still tanning then and always in the sun before I knew better. In the sun, I used to love to get a sunburn. Loved a sunburn. Loved the way my cheeks looked and my nose looked sunburned. Loved it. And then somewhere I started realizing how bad that was for me, and I started slathering myself in sunscreen. Then I started realizing that my paleness is really pretty. The funny thing is, I remember a lady a long time ago who said to me how my porcelain skin was so beautiful and she wished she had skin like that. And something triggered in my brain at that moment. And even though I continued to tan, I never forgot what she said about my skin. Isn't that crazy how one little compliment can affect you that profoundly? And so then I stopped.
Not then, later.
I stopped being in the sun. I started constantly wearing sunscreen. I never went back in a tanning bed. Now there are times I look in the mirror and I think,
Ooh, wouldn't my legs look nice tanned?
and I remember that all the colors are beautiful. And this is what color I am. And this is beautiful too. This beautiful skin is beautiful. I said beautiful a lot. It's sometimes hard to tell ourselves that we're beautiful, isn't it? But this skin on me is beautiful. It's very pale though. I can literally get sunburned in under 15 minutes. That is not an exaggeration. And I'll pop in a picture here of me at the beach and I still got a sunburn. The last thing I want to talk to you about is very private. Sometimes talk about things that nobody else wants to talk about.
This is gonna be a secret between you and me.
I used to hate the way my body smelled. And I don't want to say...
I don't want to get demonetized here.
What words are we allowed to say? I don't know, but I'm not talking about my armpits. I'm talking about another area. Special secret area. I used to hate the way I smelled, and it was all about trying to mask that odor. I don't want to call it an odor because that's going to give it a bad connotation, but the smell, I would get special washes and, things you can get to make the smells go away, and perfumes. As I got older, I began to realize that's my smell. That's my normal smell. This is normal. This is not abnormal. There's nothing wrong with this. Once I realized that, I know it's a strange thing to say, but when you're 20, things are different than when you're 46. I'd love to hear what things have been different for you since you've gotten older. So you've got to tell me what things have changed for you since you've gotten older. What did you used to hate that you now don't mind? What used to bother you that doesn't bother you anymore? And don't forget to go pay those other ladies a visit. Tell them I sent you. Be kind and rewind.